Well, on the floor here, I have an engine that runs, starts, should drive with a 5-speed transmission. Um, on this side, I have a car, nothing wrong with it. AC, power steering, sunroof, automatic, 4-speed, absolutely nothing wrong with it. Except for it's kind of slow. Even though I'm unsure what the actual plan is with this engine, I just want to clean it up anyway. So we got to get this thing on the engine stand. This time, I'm not gonna break any fingers. Stepped on the imaginary clutch right here. Well, surprisingly, this engine is probably a little easier to move with the transmission. It can give me a little bit of leverage, and it's on a piece of cardboard, so I can swing it around. Yeah, and then we can just kind of walk this back. Oh, yeah. Don't want to do that. Okay, we just need to get this engine here. Take off the starter. Okay. Hold from the mount. And then roll this off to the side. So I just shoved that wood underneath with the help of the transmission for leverage, and that helped me get the transmission off. They do use single side operation for motorcycles. Okay, let's see if this goes up. We're floating on the alternator bracket with a chain and a blanket to the bell housing bolt. And then we're gonna bolt the engine stand to it. I don't think we get high enough though. We got this thing. Adjust the chain. Probably 8 inches shy. The plan is to get this back down and flip these arms around. Okay. One of the bolts I'm using is being used. So we'll try to get this on 3. We're gonna blast off this clutch. Nice and rusty. Nice and rusty, and I'm probably still gonna use it. The blacktop flywheel is supposed to be a little lighter. I mean, I would like to take this off, but this dingus has the plate connected. Yeah, well, wasn't even tight. Overcomplicating things. Okay, well, this is taking too long. Oh, yeah. We should probably take longer. Okay. Still might be a little short. There's a lot of work to do. I'm just gonna take off the front caster. Yeah. Yes. We will put our pin in. This is so dumb. You guys are so dumb. You guys are really, really, really dumb. Really dumb. We can unlock this and yeah, we'll lower it. We are on the stand, everybody. We are on the stand. It's on the stand. I feel like that was more work than actually rebuilding the engine. We got our heater hose here, just randomly plugged into our IAC. But yeah, not sure if this big block is gonna clear the firewall. I mean, you can see the marks where it was rubbing. So I feel like I'm gonna need to shave this down just a bit. Or get another waterline kit because I want to redo stuff like this. So I got my table here, I got my impacts, I got all the sockets I need. I put all the stuff in a bin, and I have another bin ready to just put stuff in bins and tear this apart. Just for clearance purposes, I got to take off these trumpets. These are button heads. Just try not to strip them. And after you look at this intake, you're gonna know why I want to clean it all up. Should really do this by hand. Super gross. Let's finish taking this whole thing off. Okay, so this should come off. All the rust in there and all the dirt that fell in. Then look at all that carbon and all that dirt on the throttle plate. Super dirty. So we'll clean these up. Let's see this waterline kit. Okay. I feel like I can make this a little thinner or just move the thermostat. Or we'll just remake this whole thing. Idle air control. So I'm guessing this is a rear wheel drive bracket for alternator, but it still has a front wheel drive water pump and pulley. I mean, okay, and I'm guessing this is the original pulley because you see this lines up. But if you look here, might be parallax a little. I feel like the alternator's twisted. You guys see that, right? You see how the belt's not straight? That's just not me. The problem is, this thing doesn't even have a bushing inside. That's why it's all funky. What has a bushing? Oh, well, there's a slot in this bolt. Oh no, this whole thing is slotted. This whole, yeah, it's kind of funny. It's oblong. Alternator bracket. Alternator bracket. There's a part number on here. 12611 I mean, that was on loose. Need a new battery. In different lengths. Okay. We got spacers. We have a bearing in here, it seems. Okay. Oh yeah, that's why we have the cardboard. Take off this little spacer gasket. The head and cams. Okay, so I'm just gonna scoop out the dirt that mates to the gasket and just shove the cover back on so nothing falls in there. But yeah, we have 3 intake lobes. To make it a little lighter, the surface area has been decreased, and the exhaust valve still has 2 valves per cylinder. I had to get the air impact out and torch to get this off. Little WD. Okay. Had to get the puller out. Makes it super because it's missing some stuff. So we're just gonna mask off the intake. We're gonna try to pull off this gasket. Success. Okay, we'll be worried because number 2 is open. Okay, we're gonna drive this over. So usually I just use Dawn dish soap and a lot of scrubbing and then a lot of pressure washing. This motor was a little more stubborn with a lot of grease. So I ended up using some diesel mixed with a Harbor Freight aerosol sprayer and then rinsed everything off. Okay, well, I cleaned it up. It definitely looks cleaner than before. Still some residue there, but yeah, this thing was pretty gross. Especially the front cover, there was massive oil and grease everywhere. So definitely going to change the cam seals and crank seal. Looking decent. We got some hot pine sol here. Obviously garage is open and aerated. I'm gonna pour, I'm gonna pour a lot. Sure, like a third or a quarter of the bottle. And then we'll just start it. Definitely gotta blast these ITBs because there's a bunch of grease. Cleaned them with diesel and gasoline, and then I'm going to sonic wash them after I rinse them. This feels illegal. Either this is a really good idea or this is a really dumb idea. So that's already cleaner. We're gonna dunk these. There you go. We'll see you in a little. Same deal here. I just have the aerosol sprayer with diesel inside, scrubbing and washing. Okay, so I got this thing back in the garage. It's looking pretty clean. The whole front was filled with oil. So that's looking better than before. And then I cleaned this thing like a million times. It was greasy. It was very greasy. But now we're better than before. This thing's been going. This thing's been going for a while. I'd say at least an hour 45. I like that. You just gotta dry this really well.